What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Lagr League. My name is Chase Blackman, aka Battle, and I'm going to tell you what to kind of go over next or what to expect moving forward. But before I begin, I just want to say I truly appreciate each and every one of y'all. I did not expect this many people to participate right off the bat. Right now, we're at about 30 leaguers and 7 teams. So it's going to be a really fun, competitive season already. We're going to continue to grow. We're going to continue to add people as we move forward. But starting out, I want to say thank y'all for y'all's participation, and I can't wait to see what happens next. So let's jump right into it. So we're going to go over the Lagr League expectations. Okay, for individuals, everybody must be a active LA Guns and Range member, which y'all are. Code of conduct obviously will be show some respect and sportsmanlike conduct. Participation, you know, participate as much as you can. We all have busy schedules. I know I'm very busy as well, but meet up with your team, do the drill, show up to some of the events, compete. It is on your time. You can't come on your time, fill out your scorecards and stuff like that. But every now and then it is good to meet up with the team and get that peer-to-peer training. So to track your performance, we're going to start filling out some score sheets, filling out some scorecards. You're going to be able to get that at the range. All we're looking for right now is just the time at the range, time spent there, and how many rounds you've shot that day. In order to get your individual performance upgraded or your overall rating improved, that's going to be through competitions and tournaments. So right now, individually, just keep track of how long you've been at the range and how many rounds you've been shooting. Moving on to teams, we got 3 members to activate a team, maximum of 12 members. Right now, we have some teams with 5, some teams with 3, some teams with 4. Like I said, that can grow, that can stay the same depending on how many people join, etc. Majority vote for a team captain. Each team must have a team captain. That captain is required to communicate with the Lagr League directors, which is Chase, myself, Drew, and Jeff. So the captain is going to be responsible for communications with us, organizing team meetups, practices, competitions. They're also, if they can, recruit new members. Honestly, we had the pink team, which is the ladies team, women's team, however you want to call it. If you want some pointers, you literally can see what they're doing. They've already got a logo, t-shirts. They've already got a captain. They have a team name, which is Rage, RAR, go for them. But yeah, super scary. So that's great for them. So if you want some pointers on, what to do with a team, go watch how they're doing it. They're setting a good example. So moving on to practices. You must reserve lanes ahead of time. If you have 3 members, we're doing 3 members per lane. So if your team is a team of 5 or more or 4 or more, you're going to need two lanes. So make sure to reserve lanes ahead of time within store hours. Again, track your team performance through range time and range counts or round counts, sorry. And of course, always adhere to safety, Lagr safety policies, and the 3 rules of gun safety. That's obvious, common sense. Let's not be dangerous in there. Score sheets, like I said, score sheets are going to be in the range. Grab one from the RSO. We're going to have the RSO kind of sign off, and you sign off. It's going to be an integrity type of system. But yeah, keep track of your time, keep track of your rounds, super simple. And then I'm going to update that weekly as best as I can. You will see your team's progress with that weekly, and then monthly we'll do a competition. We'll talk about that, but that's where you'll see your team improve with points and overall status as well. So competition score sheets, that'll be my responsibility. So don't worry too much about that. But that's where it will contribute to your overall rating and your team rating. Moving into competitions, we have things called head-to-heads, okay? This can be as frequent as your team wants. It's really up to the captain to get with myself and other captains and try to coordinate, you know, head-to-head competitions, blue versus red, green versus yellow, et cetera, et cetera. So you must have a minimum of 3 competitors per team. Y'all decide what drills y'all want to do. Y'all decide how you want to score them. Um, I could get this streamed if I have enough time. I could get this on film, but ultimately it's just going to be pretty casual, pretty quick. But it will help go into your team overall improvement and individual overall improvement. So also in these competitions, make sure to wear your team colors. Um, and for now, we're not even really worrying about optics versus iron sights. That could change, but none of y'all with optics are that good. If you don't agree with me, I'll do a head to head with any of y'all. So come at me, bro. But anyway, much love. We are going to do optics and iron sights for now, and then we'll see how that goes once we all improve come November. So moving on to showdowns. Showdowns are going to be what we kind of put on as LA Guns and Range. This is going to be monthly. We're trying to do it every Sunday, the last Sunday of every month. This will be outside of store hours. It'll be 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. We are going to, hopefully meet up in the training center, do some competitions, and then, maybe socialize after in the training center, depending on time. So, showdowns are going to be more competitive, more tournament based, more strict. This is where the shot timer is going to come in. This is where I'm going to have the drills already set for us to compete in. And then, of course, each team, 3 members to compete. Also, too, if you have, let's say on your team, it's a team of 12 max. So let's say you have 3 marksmen, every one of those marksmen can participate and ultimately will take the best score overall. So whatever you score will go into your personal individual score, but the overall score competitively will be the best score taken. So it doesn't really hurt you to have more competitors. So that's one thing to think about. Let's see. Teams with the best overall scores are going to win for this. So we're just going to do an overall, best marksman, best speedster, best defensive, best tactical, get an overall, and then that will be the winning team. I'll try to get that announced same day. It might be the next day, depending on time. Like I said, we're all very busy. So patience is necessary. Members must handle malfunctions while shooting or forfeit the string. So we're going to call each string like a round. Round 1 will be string 1. Let's say you are shooting and, click, nothing happens. It's up to you to either tap rack, reload, move on, forget about that bullet, or forfeit the round completely. We are going to do 2 rounds for the showdown, 2 rounds per person. So, we pick the best round that you do. So you could just say, I'm not going to redo it and just take your better round. So however you want to do it, you must handle the malfunction during the drill. So these also may or may not be live streamed. I really want to get that going. That's going to be something really cool if we can get going. So fingers crossed there. Of course, members must wear your team colors. For these tournaments, we are required to do 380 or higher caliber. Head to head, you can do 22s. Like I said, that's casual, whatever y'all decide. But for showdowns and classics, we are going to do 380 and higher for the caliber. So that's something to consider. for you 22 LR shooters. Once again, optics, iron sights will compete together. Um, the way we're going to do this too is members are going to pull a number. So we're going to get, whatever team, marksman step up, pull a number out of a bowl, and then that's how we're going to, commence the competition, see who shoots first. And then we'll move to defensive, speed, tactical. Going into classics, that's going to be held once a year. So showdowns are once a month, head-to-heads are as often as y'all want. But classics are going to be once a year. I'm really trying to get November 11th, which is Veterans Day. Um, you know, depending on everyone's schedule, may have to change that. But right now it's looking like November 11th. This is where I'm going to have enough data to have, you know, the best team overall is going to go straight to the finals, whereas the other teams will compete. Depending on how many teams we have, I may have the worst team sit out from the competition and then do a bracket system for everyone else. You know, best 2 out of 3 wins. You pick your best shooter per category. Um, and then your team moves on and competes with the best team for the finals. We'll have prizes, spotlights, best shooter, fastest shooter, all around, etc. um, really want to get that live streamed, like I said, once again. Yeah, this one's a little more strict. You do have to pick one person to compete. So even if you have a team of 12, it's probably going to be five drills to compete in. So it's probably going to be 5 out of 12 or whatnot. So haven't decided that yet. We have plenty of time, but yeah, we're getting there. Once again, team colors must be worn at all times. Handle malfunctions or forfeit the string, and then 380 or higher for these competitions. Optics iron sights are going to compete for now. Drills are predetermined by us. Also, too, let's say you do have a team of 3 and there is 4 competitions. You can have members compete in multiple competitions, so max of 2. The way the competitions are going to work for consistency, no firearms are ever going to be allowed in the training center, even before or after, unless it's staff. All firearms are to remain flagged and unloaded until you walk up to the shooting line. So you walk up to that shooting line, you get a command called make ready. That's when you unflag your firearm, you load your firearm, you get your sight picture, and then you get in your stance. So, and then after you shoot, you put the firearm down, barrel facing the berm, and step back and let the RSO disarm and flag your firearm. So we really are trying to promote safety here, and this is the best way I can possibly think. So no firearms are going to be loaded, and they all need to be flagged. So like I said, after a member is done shooting an RSO, whoever is being the range safety officer at that time will disarm your firearm, flag your firearm, and return the firearm to you. So you don't really have to do much except shoot. So that's pretty cool. I don't know how many times I got to talk about optics and iron sights, but y'all get it. Catch me outside. Um, Commands. So this is kind of important. What I've seen with the assessments that's worked pretty well. We are going to do shooter make ready. This is where you are going to load your firearm and get your sight picture and get in your low ready stance. When you get in your low ready stance, I will ask you shooter ready. This is where you're going to say yes. When you say yes, I'm going to say stand by. I'm going to click a green button. There's going to be a 3-second delay, then a beep. That's when you fire. You fire on that beep. Y'all did it. It was pretty simple. If you can't hear the beep, talk to me. I'll scream go as best as I can. Um, you might lose, a millisecond. I don't know, but however I can accommodate you, just let me know. Um, I get it. All of us have disabilities, and I want to accommodate that for everybody. So just let me know what I need if you can't hear that tone. Once you're done shooting, I will say range clear. That is when you put your firearm down, you step away, and I will disarm or download your firearm. Okay. If at any point while shooting, I think there's something dangerous going on, I will say cease fire, cease fire. That means stop everything, firearm down, face down range. That could be a malfunction. Squib loads are kind of scary. Um, I don't know, something dangerous. If you hear ceasefire, just stop, please. Okay. There could be something that's happening behind us or something, but whatever. Moving on to next season. Next season we're going to have a completely new start, new data. Everything's wiped. Teams, scores, everything. New assessments, new teams, new everything. So this year, it didn't really matter what color team you really picked, but you're going to see, you're going to make friends. Hopefully, you're going to see, shooters you want to shoot with next year, maybe. I don't know where this is going to go, but I pray for the best. And next year, I think it'll be fun to really see transitions and what other teams mold from this. So, yeah, it's going to be new everything going in the next season. Things to remember, safety is first, safety is key. We want to be very safe here. We all have families, we all have loved ones. Um, Always adhere to LA Guns and Range safety policies and the 3 rules of gun safety. That's common sense. I want to maintain a positive environment. I know that's hard for me to say, but I truly love y'all, and I want something great to come out of this. And y'all are great people, and we got a great thing going. So let's maintain camaraderie, sportsmanship. Respect each other. If at any point y'all feel like there's something that y'all need to tell me personally, or I need to handle something, please let me know. I want to get that resolved quickly. I don't really have a tolerance for disrespect. So I think all of us here are pretty respectful people, and we'll have a good time. So positive environment. We are doing this to really improve our skills. A lot of y'all have so much knowledge that we can learn from, and just seeing y'all shoot and seeing y'all meet and the stuff y'all have taught me in the short amount of time. I mean, I this is what we're trying to do. So there's so much to learn from each other, and this is why we're doing it. So feedback is also important. I want this to be, fun, but if this can be something, I want this to be something great. So feedback is everything to me. Let me know. Let me know what you think. You don't have to just be a captain, but if there's something that, score wise, competition wise, anything, let me know, please. Two, by joining the league, y'all do consent to view social media content and release LA Guns and Range from injury and liabilities. Let's be real. If we get injured, we're playing with dangerous stuff here. Injuries may occur. We have first aid kits. We have trained first responders, paramedics on scene. Um, like I said, I'm trying to be as safe as possible, and all of us here need to watch each other's backs and try to be safe. So, um, yeah, just know too. I want social media. There is going to be film and stuff like that. If you're not comfortable with that, just let me know. I can cut you out. If you don't want to be on camera, that's something I would like to know now before we get deep into this. So please let me know. I want to accommodate y'all as best as I can. Okay. Have fun, tear it up. I don't think y'all are going to beat me ever, but it is what it is. Lagr League team t-shirts for sale. If y'all want something with LA Guns and Range on it, we have a guy that can make some t-shirts for $10. I think I'm going to get my team a few purple t-shirts. Cool. later on added to your team. So welcome them with open arms. We want this to be a growing community, and of course competitive. It's going to be fun. The drills are, some rules you will agree with, others you might be scratching your head. But like I said, feedback is everything. Um, we're here to improve. We're here to grow, and we have a long time to learn come November and next season. So, once again, guys, I truly can't appreciate y'all enough. This already exceeded my expectations. So, um, let's get to shooting. Talk to y'all later.